What is up, PharMore Money family? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about ACTC and how it's taking PROTERRA public. We're going to dive into what PROTERRA is, what its upside is in the future. Currently trading at around $23, and I honestly do think this is a steal for where the EV market is headed by 2030. So the quicker we get into these plays, the better off we are as we head, over this next year and even the next decade. This next administration coming in is going to be very energy focused, electric vehicle focused. So, there's going to be a lot more coming for any of the EV players out there, and PROTERRA is one of those as well. And it's going to pivot itself as a market leader when it comes to public transit. So stay tuned. Lots in this video. Thanks so much. So PharMore Money family, in 2019, Americans took 10 billion trips on public transportation. Since 1995, public transportation ridership has increased 30%, while the U.S. population has increased another 25%. There's an increasing demand for sustainable transportation solutions by governments and individuals. 15 states are already targeting 100% zero emissions from medium and heavy-duty trucks by 2050. More than 70% of consumers have changed their behavior out of concern for climate change, basically. So, ACTC announced this week that it is merging with PROTERRA. On January 12th, the stock ran up 100%. So, this is going to be one of those plays, guys, that we need to watch, we need to get into over this next decade. I see this market, the EV market, just exploding and making everyone a ton of money and, setting everyone's futures just absolutely right. All right, PharMore Money family, so PROTERRA. It is North America's #1 electric vehicle bus company out there, right? So it's a high growth commercial EV tech leader. It's produced more than 300 megawatt hours of battery systems, and its battery systems have been driven more than 16 million service miles already by its fleet of partnerships and vehicles. It has 550 heavy duty transit buses. It operates manufacturing facilities in California and South Carolina and has a state-of-the-art R&D lab in Silicon Valley. It's basically vertically integrated, which has allowed them to secure a meaningful first-mover advantage. They build their own electric powertrains, and they're an OEM that builds their own EV buses. They provide end-to-end turnkey charging solutions to commercial vehicle and transit fleet owners. Just an incredible company that has a ton of upside as we move over this next decade. So PharMore Money family, PROTERRA financials, right? So we want to do a little deep dive on where it is today and where it's expected to go in the next 5-10 years, right? So on the right, I've shown a picture of their R&D lab in Silicon Valley. Very cool. They do a lot of experimentation with different powertrains and just drivetrains as well. So they generated $193 million of expected revenue in 2020, which is just awesome. $750 million is in existing orders and backlog, which the backlog is honestly, doing a deep dive on some of the SEC filings, it is not as terrible, or the fact that it's like a company that didn't even have a powertrain and pushed something down a hill. This actually has a physical product out there, and the backlog is not as severe as many might think it is. 26% gross margin expansion over the last 3 years, which from a auto manufacturer or EV perspective, right, a car perspective, 26% gross margin on anything is absolutely fantastic and phenomenal. After close of the merger with ACTC, they'll have up to $825 million in cash to fund growth initiatives. PROTERRA will, which is just absolutely phenomenal. Now, here's the key kicker. The 2025 revenue estimate is $2.56 billion, which, if you're like me, that's just absolutely incredible, and just it really shows where the EV market is headed overall, right? So, guys, this is a play that I'm definitely getting behind. It's at $23. I still think it's a steal. I mean, to be at $23, I think this can easily 2x, easily up to 10, 20, 30x over the next, 5 to 10 years. As long as, we're patient, we see what's ahead. PROTERRA's got a lot of upside, and I think that EV is only going to get bigger, especially if by 2030 more states
tend to head towards what California has done, right, with the whole ICE vehicle ban by 2030, 2035. So lots of growth ahead for this company, and I'm excited. Thanks so much. If you've enjoyed this video, if you did, please go ahead and hit the like button, and please do subscribe. Turn on your notifications as videos are going to continue to pour in as we move forward through 2021. This is going to be the road and journey to wealth and to just massive portfolio returns as we move forward. Thanks, everyone.